So if I understand the question correctly, you're asking what exactly was given to the dog? Was it just any old curcumin, or was this a special formulation? And so allow me to clarify that, because yes, the dog was given curcumin, but it's like anything else, the devil is in the details, and it's really not that simple. Curcumin is, as a generic substance, a well-known antioxidant. I think there are something in the order of 7,000 studies on curcumin, many of which involve actually cancer specifically. So it's probably fair to say that curcumin is the most studied phytocompound there is. Just mountains of literature. Type curcumin in a search engine and you'll get untold scientific papers on curcumin and all the disease conditions it has been shown to help with. In this case, it wasn't a matter of just giving the little dog some curcumin purchased online, or no, this curcumin was specially formulated to be mixed with a water, a very special water that was sourced in Germany from an artesian well. And the next natural question is, what's so special about this water? Well, without getting too complicated in my answer, let me just say that there are certain things that this water does, certain behaviors that this water exhibits, if we can talk about water as having a behavior, that no other water that we know of does. And that is, when this water is mixed with curcumin, or vice versa, when they're put together, normally curcumin breaks down very quickly. It oxidizes so quickly that you can almost see it turning brown before your very eyes. It's like juicing a carrot. I mean, you have to drink it straight away, otherwise it oxidizes quickly. For some reason that defies explanation to this point, this artesian water, when mixed with curcumin, doesn't show this rapid oxidation. It stays yellow for hours. And I've repeated experiments with this water to satisfy myself that it actually behave differently, and it does. So where do I come in? Well, after presenting my research to the conference in Varna, Bulgaria, the Gerald Pollack organized on the physics, chemistry, and biology of water last year, I was approached by the gentleman who has sourced this particular spring water or artesian water. And I agreed to do some testing on his water because, frankly, the claims sounded very hard to believe and very strange. I mean, normally you mix something with water, especially something like curcumin, and you would expect a very predictable rate of oxidation given the mineral content and the makeup of the water. So I decided to satisfy myself that this water did what he said it does, and it does. I mean, the curcumin stays yellow as advertised. It's not the right word, but that he claimed it didn't oxidize, and I can now confirm that. I then took an extra step and structured his water. Why would I do that? Well, because in further testing, we were able to show that there's an additive effect. That is to say, when I structure his artesian water, it behaves even more favorably in terms of its action as measured by other experiments. And one obvious example is we took his water and did a very simple dissolved oxygen test where you put drops in it and you see a color change and you get precipitates, and these little agglomerations form and settle out like little snowflakes. And when we structured his water and did this test, it stayed in suspension. It was a stable colloid. So these little particles just remained in suspension. It looked like smoke. They didn't even look like particles. And the standard vial of his water predictably formed these precipitates, and they sank to the bottom. So here we have, we're not just comparing artesian water to itself. I'm sorry, artesian water to some other mineral water. We're comparing this artesian water to itself structured. And that's what was given to the dog.